Yeah, good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening. Okay, mic check. Japa before Japa, who is ready? Mic check. Hello. Yeah, we'll be talking about how to. We're starting in earnest. Um, Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? All right. Yeah, it's good to be in your midst. Always excited to. I think I'm echoing, so I'm getting the feedback for myself after I've said something. So, like after I've said something, it then plays back to me. Okay. Uh, Let me see if it's from my hand though. Anyways, I think I'll just have to manage. Yeah, I can. So it gets playing back when I say something. So I'm not sure what is going on there. But oh, it's really distracting me. Probably let me drop off and reconnect. Is that fine? Yeah. Okay. Thank you very much. I'll just quickly drop off and reconnect. Yeah. Okay. I think it's way better now. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. Let's dive into it then. It's I checked on LinkedIn. It's appears some people might be on LinkedIn. It's a okay. That's fine. Yeah. Let's. Are you happy for me to just dive into it? Yeah. Okay. So let's start by show of hand. How many people want to Japa? So let's start from there. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it's very important because I like to ask that question because that is the very first thing we need to do. I mean, we should, without mincing word, the situation and circumstances of our home country is such that everybody wants to get out, at the least available opportunity. And it is important that we democratize information and make sure that everybody have that opportunity. If there is something that I try to do as much as possible is to make information available to people, especially as far as getting work is concerned, because the opportunities are there, but it's not everybody that is able to access it. So forum like this is good, and it's important that we talk about those things. But I'm going to state it upfront that Japa is really not for everybody. Um, no matter the situation and circumstances, if your person, if your alignment, if your destiny as a person, if how you are configured is such that you are not in the right location. See, if you try as much as possible to move out when you are not supposed to, you will be doing yourself a disservice. But that being said, as human being, it's always good for us to give ourselves opportunities, go out there, learn new things, and ultimately you are in the right location, that aligns with your person and for what God has created you to be. At the end of the day, we are all spirit beings, we are spiritual people, but by and large, we should be doing things that is, important for our lives and our overall interest. So today I'm just going to talk about different opportunities and how you can actually harness those opportunities. Okay, moving overseas can dramatically change your life for the better. I can tell you, I moved to the UK in 2018. Um, I think it was June 2018. And I can tell you that a lot of changes I've experienced in my life. I've seen a lot of changes and growth in my career, personally, in my family. So traveling overseas and, whether UK, whether US, whether Canada, whether, different places, you see, there are a whole lot of reasons why you can decide to move to other countries. It gives you new opportunity, new lifestyles, new career, new direction, and it gives you opportunity to leave your past behind, reinvent yourself. And then when you move abroad, everything is different, everything changes. So one thing that is important for you to note is that moving abroad is a new thing, is a new direction for your life. It gives you the opportunity to actually reflect, reimagine yourself, and reinvent yourself. And the mistake many people make is that you want to relocate, you want to travel, but you want to remain who you used to be. And so I think that is where the issue is. But when you understand that moving abroad is an opportunity for you to reflect and reinvent yourself, it then affects the way you position yourself to take advantage of opportunities that are out there. Now, moving abroad is financially intensive, as many of you might have known, you would have witnessed, you would have seen a lot of stories. In fact, it's really, really financially demanding. If you have all the money, maybe you have so many options and opportunities, just pay. I mean, to get admission is very easy, as many people would have tell, but it's just the financial implication, and that's why it's very important that we have information as to where the opportunities are. So I said earlier that relocating is an opportunity for you to reinvent yourself. And when you're relocating, the first thing you need to do, so before we just move into it, the first thing you need to do is to answer the question why. Why do you want to relocate? If you have not answered why, it then becomes difficult for you to see the opportunities that are available. So how do I mean? Like, I relocated because I know that there is a skill shortage of my profession in the location I'm living. So I am in the UK, but I'm in a place they call Jersey, Channels Island. So Channels Island is an island between UK and France, but it is still UK. Then I realized that there is a skill shortage. So they have limited skills, limited accountants. They have limited chartered accountants. So because I'm like, okay, where is that environment that I can really get information about where they have limited skill shortage? Oh, Channels Island. So I then decided to apply, and then I got the job and I left. So the first thing is to say, answer your why. Why do you want to relocate? Okay, you need to be able to answer that question. When you ask people why do you want to relocate, they say, I just want to go. My friends, is I will tell you there's so many stories of people that just want to go and then they've just gone, and see, it's really been difficult for them because they didn't really plan themselves very well. So please, I'll tell you, before you even go further in this journey, reflect. Why do I want to relocate? So it's okay for you to say, yes, the situation is worse, it's terrible in my environment. I want a new life for myself. I want a new, and that is fine. If that is all you have, then what you're not, once you cross that bridge, you're now telling yourself, so what do I need to do? So it then means that I can begin to open my mind to different opportunities. So if you've answered the question that you want to relocate, the question should then be, how do I achieve my aim? So how do you achieve your aim? So there are so many routes. See, ultimately people relocate because they want to move and settle in the country they are going to. So, but you can go there through different means. So very common is through education, right? I'm sure many of us know that a lot of people, in fact, in the last few months now, the number of Nigerians that have come to the UK is astronomical. Like they just get admissions and they are there. So through education, so if you are looking at relocating and then going through the education route, it's a very good option for you to go through, and it's very easy. Honestly, if I it's one of the most easiest ways of relocating, because you just need to spend the number of years. Remember, your ultimate goal is to relocate, but you are going through education, right? So it then means that what you are looking to achieve at the end of the day is settlement in that host country, but your route is education. So that should be the focus. That because again, you will face a lot of challenges and difficulties along the line, but because you know that this is just a means to an end. Now, education is very, very expensive. Many people are focusing on UK, US, Canada, but I want to tell you this evening, there are so many other schools you can go to, right? That can even help you. So many other countries. Can you hear me well? Can you hear me well? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So the focus has always been on UK, US, Canada, right? But there are so many other countries that are more affordable, and some are even free. Like you just go there, study, you free. When you spend the required number of years in the environment, you apply for permanent residencies, and after your permanent residencies, you can apply for citizenship. So number one is Norway. One thing we need to do is because we don't if I settle in my mind I want to relocate abroad, and the route I want to go through is through education, but I don't have the financial commitment or the demand, the financial capability, then I should be researching countries that have free education for international students. So that is very, very important. So one of those countries is Norway. Norway university studies available free of charge to all students, regardless of study level or nationality. So I know many people know Germany. Germany, most of their universities are free, but it's just that uh, I'm not sure they are taking any new student anytime soon because application is really full. So try Norway. Norway is cheap. In fact, the only thing you might just be paying is maybe a semester fee, which is always around maybe 30 to 50 $50, you see, per semester. And I mean, that is very small, because even with your student visa, you can actually do some work. So consider Norway. Okay, the majority of undergraduate programs are taught only in Norwegian anyway, so that's the challenge. So again, the strategy will be to say, identify the schools that are free for international students, then check the requirements. So for instance, in Norway, do I want to learn Norwegian, for instance? You are looking at the opportunities and you're trying to position yourself for those opportunities. So if this country delivers, their mode of study is in their national language, do I want to learn that language? So if that's why I ask, if you said I want to relocate, that's the aim, that's the objective. What is the strategy? So the information out there is that Norway offers free education regardless of level of study or nationality. So what do I then need to do for me to get into that school? I now know that they teach in Norwegian, so do I want to learn it? So that's one question you need to ask yourself. Okay. So now, but at master's level and PhD level, okay, English language program are common. So for instance, if you want to do masters, you can see courses in English language. If you want to do PhD, you can see courses in English language. So again, if you are just doing first degree, for the most part, it's in their national language in Norwegian. But if you want to do masters and PhD, it's likely that you will see more courses that are taught in English. So it's something for you to consider. So that will be your first number one strategy, is to say, what are the opportunities out there? I want to go through education. I don't have the financial capability, but there are universities that provide free tuition to international students, and I need to search them out. So Norway is number one. Number two is Iceland. Okay, many of you may be aware of this already, but it's important that everybody is also made aware. Iceland, there are no tuition fee. Okay, they have, I think they have about four public universities, but what you only require to pay a registration fee of about say $600 every year. $600 every year is not as enormous as paying £15,000 per semester or for a course. Is really really manageable. So if you are looking to relocate using the educational route, don't spend too much energy focusing on those top. See, when you get to Europe, you are in Europe. When you get to see, is you just need to be here to know that it's the same thing everywhere. If you are within, I mean, at times, if not for Brexit, for instance, with you being in, it's just as if you hold a British passport, you are still limited. But if you hold an European passport, for instance, it's a world of limitless possibilities for you. So consider all those countries. Denmark, Sweden, and Finland. Okay, those are the Nordic countries. Let me just put it that way. The Nordic countries, I think because of the influx of people now, so some of them will be introducing fees from 2023. So, but if you get admission this year, it will still really be free. So I think that, so the information you have is about the schools that are offering free tuition, and take advantage of them. The challenge I have with many people is that they don't research. So they want you to send you the list of those schools. And I tell people, no, no, no. You want to relocate, just research. You have a lot of people coming now, and when they get to the UK, I am based in the UK, you then have to then help them, you have to sort them out, you have to get them accommodation, the churches around, or they have to house them, and it becomes a problem. You don't have to go to school that you cannot afford. There are so many schools that offer free tuition. Even in the US, there are so many schools. In fact, there are some schools that all you just need is to gain admission. The tuition, everything is free. Just research. By all means, let's research. So, but the first thing is that know what your objective is. I want to relocate, and I want to go through the educational route because, or maybe I don't have the money to, and then I look for free school. If you have the money, I can tell you for UK university, it's very easy to gain admission. I remember, I think I gained admission to is it Middlesex University in 2012 for a master's in financial management. How much was it then? I'm like, oh, I couldn't afford it. I just left it. I just dropped it. All the way since 2011, and I'm like, okay, if I had information about there are other universities that could be free, I mean, I could have raised some money and still go as of that time. But I think all I'm saying in essence is that answer your why, then the strategy will be to say, how do I harness that? So the opportunities are there. So it has always been there. So if you have been applying to UK, US, Canada, school, and the fee is always an issue. So here you go, just look away, try other places. And some of these countries, their visa requirement is not really, really demanding. So another way is through visa lottery. So yeah, so visa lottery is a way. See, don't underestimate the opportunities that I mean, what do you stand to lose anyways? If you really want to, if you are really particular about relocating, if you have any opportunity for visa, just put in for it, just apply for it. You don't need to be overly worried, overly concerned about it. Just apply for it. It could be, it could be positive, it could be the other way around, but just put in the effort. So again, you're asking yourself, I want to relocate, but please, I don't want. I've seen a lot of things that I mean, it breaks my heart to see people just come and they have nothing to fall back on. It breaks my heart. It then puts pressure on so many of us. They take advantage of you because, I mean, somebody's school fees is going to be lapsing on Friday evening, 12 midnight, and they are just reaching out to you in the morning. Please, please, we need this. And in your head, you're like, why would you do this to you? So yes, we want to leave. You don't just An average family of four coming to the UK, your initial cost is about 20 million naira. I mean, that will take you through so many years in other countries, European countries, really, and you will still be fine. When I was in Nigeria, I have a fashion business. I used to sew suits, shirts, and the likes. My tailors is in Romania today. His skill is just being able to sew. So it's not because I'm getting there. So again, it just depends on the information that is available to you. So imagine when I was leaving Nigeria, I just all my assets, everything, the business, the clients list, I just hand over. Guys, just do this. Feel free. I'm not charging you. I'm giving you the business free of charge. So my business model was get the clients, interview tailors, fashion designers. They already have an existing running business. Interview them for each specialism. So if you are in suit, if you are into shirts, in fact, if you are into buttons, so it's not the same tailor that will fit my buttons, those type of things. You just know that you have specialists across. So when I was leaving, I just left them, but many of them understood. They learned from that exposure and they position themselves. I mean, you can imagine somebody is just a tailor and is in Romania. So what he's doing in Romania is still doing tailoring something, but then doing something maybe for a factory, a bigger tailoring factory. Okay, so there is no skill that is really, really underestimated. So option one is through education, option two is through visa lottery, option three is through work. Now, I came to the UK for work, right? I have a skill set. I look at that company. In fact, I came to KPMG Channels Island. So I'm an auditor from Nigeria. So I look at my CV. I'm a very good CV writer. That one, is just I know how to package myself. So I just wrote a 5-line cover letter. I wrote directly to the director, the head of audits in the Channel Islands, say this is who I am, blah blah blah. I can give you blah 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 like that. And I was called for interview, and then I came. But you can leverage if you are an accountant, if you are in the consulting world. See, don't just stay in Nigeria and say there are no opportunities. So there are opportunities. Just talk to your friends. Give me referrals. Okay, it's as simple as that. Tell your friends to give you referrals. I've left KPMG, but a lot of people have gone into KPMG Jersey because I just refer them. I just talk to the recruiter. Okay, this guy, they have experience. I've looked at their. I just go randomly on LinkedIn, check people's profile. I say, oh, this person is actually, yeah, I think this person can actually not fall my hand. So let me talk to them, and then I just recommend. So if you are in the financial, in fact, before you have to be qualified. Now they are taking people that are not qualified. At least I know somebody in Deloitte. He's not yet qualified. It's just that they didn't give him. He will come in as a senior, I think, and then when you qualify, they then promote you to that assistant manager level, and then. But before it used to be you have to be qualified. But now if you have the experience, there is no reason why you can't explore that opportunity. So now, one area of work, okay, is that, and it doesn't matter whether you're in the big four or whether you are in the top tier or anything. It is audit experience, okay? Whether you are doing in Anko, it's all about packaging. In fact, the things that help us to get job here, really, I can tell you, it's not like Nigeria. The competition is so much in Nigeria. Yeah, it's not so much. They just need people. So, and that would take me to what I call the occupational shortage. Okay, the occupational shortage. That is the area that everybody should, explore. Every country. So any country you want to go, you can just Google occupational shortage list in the UK, occupational shortage list in Canada, occupational shortage list in any country. It will give you the list of occupation that they have shortages. Now, the strategy will be to say, remember I said relocating is about reinventing yourself. It means it's a new start. It means you can either decide to start a new career. You can decide to start, like I moved from being a financial auditor to an investment appraiser, a strategic finance specialist. Is because the skill shortage is there. So what I decided to do was to say, just go and do masters in finance. And then go and tell them I'm committed to continuous learning. I didn't have background in I mean, people that know me, I work with KPMG. I was in audit. I was just doing my thing, growing from audit. Even here in Jersey, doing my audits, rising, having a very good career run, by all standard. Anyhow you want to define it, was good for me. I was enjoying it. But because I'm like, I can expand my skill set. There is a skill shortage around this area. So what will I do to demonstrate that, yes, I can learn? I just went to do a master's in finance. Really, I didn't come to UK with any foreign qualification. I only had my BSc from University of Ilorin, my ACA, that's ICANN, and then I came. So it was until I got here, I then say, okay, because I did it because I want to change career, so that I can have something to say, okay, fine, I've done something, blah, 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 so and the like. So if I want to change again, I'll just, what do I need to do? Just look at the skill that is required for that particular role and go for it. So, and you can imagine, I'm working with government. So to work in a government of a country that you are not even, a citizen, it's because the skill shortage is there. It's just positioning. It's just positioning. You know, packaging your CVs, your cover letter in such a way that it speaks their language and you are easily marketable based on your experience. And I can tell you, Nigerians, we are resilient. We have that. See, upstairs we are that sound. Okay, we just need that opportunity for us, and we will thrive. So go to the websites of those countries. For instance, you can go to shortage occupation in Canada, shortage occupation in Belgium, in Bulgaria. It's very, very important. What you then need to do, look at the list. Ask yourself, do I want to build skill sets in this area? So for instance, people that go to Canada, so the PR thing, very, 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 very interesting way of of going. I have a lot of my friends here, they have PR in Canada, but they are in UK. Before you know it again, they've gone again. What is going on? Stay one place. It just shows you that this thing is that easy. Is that easy? And you just need to step out of Nigeria for you to realize that thing is that it's to get out of Nigeria. I think that is the main issue. But when you get out first, right, it's easier. Okay, so I think your strategy should be, look at those occupational shortage lists. You will see accountants, you will see engineers, you will see tailors, you will see, oh, you will see healthcare. In fact, I know a lot of people that are coming to UK through the healthcare route. See, there is nothing that says that you can't come in through the healthcare route. See, healthcare that will be paying you 44,000 to 50,000 pounds per annum. So but you don't need to convert it to naira anyways. But in absolute terms, it's big. In real terms, maybe the tax implication and the likes. But again, if you look at it as reinventing yourself, that it gives me an opportunity to start afresh. Okay, I will tell you why that thing is like that. So I have colleagues that have been on the same role for 20 years. They are happy, they've built their lifestyle around that particular role. They don't want to go beyond that level, they don't want to grow. But we Africans, when we get here, we want to grow. Okay, and that's why there are skill shortages. They are happy, they are okay with everything they are doing. I have a colleague, 20 years in one role, just doing the same thing in government. And like that, it's not like you will be in Big Four. In Big Four here, for instance, all the people that the locals, I don't want to be manager. I don't want that commitment. I don't want that. I don't. But for us, when we come, we want to be everything. So it just shows that they need that skills, and we already have that residence. You just need to find a way. So imagine coming into the UK. You came in, for instance, as healthcare professional, for instance. You know that it doesn't take a lot to come in as health person. It's just because the way we look at it, nobody cares about the clothes you wear in the UK. Nobody cares about the do. In fact, you can see Boris Johnson at time on his bicycle. Everybody walking. Nobody. You see and when people come from Nigeria, why is it that many people are in schools today? If you go to people from bankers have lots of money in Nigeria, so they are the most people in schools in the UK. So you will see bankers. They are just coming to UK with education. They will have to now work again so that I can get pound. It's stressful. Why not go through areas that you don't need to do it? Just come and start working anyway immediately. It will help your family and everything. So what I'm saying to you is look at those skill shortage lists. There is a world of limitless opportunities. There is just like we are looking for people, and they would have created a visa route for each of those things. And I was just browsing all the site. I'm like, oh, look at this shortage list in Canada. Look at this in Belgium. Look at this in Germany. Look at this in UK. It's very, very, it's there. It's there. So I think for me is that one thing, that there are other routes to come in through any country. So I will pick questions. But those two, education and through jobs, they are the things that are applicable for people on this side. See those skills, you'll be surprised. I mentioned my tailor. I mean, it's there. He used to, in fact, my tailor is a driver to one big guy in Access Bank. So the guy is a driver and he's also doing on the side tailor, tailoring, doing fashion design. And this guy is very sound with suits. And it's just a case of where are the occupational lists in Romania. And that is where I just messaged him one day, hey guy, how far? I have some colleagues here that are thinking. So my colleagues are like, Sam, continue this business. I know, see, I've left it for my guys, let them run it. I'm happy. He just tell me, oh, I'll be traveling because, and what is he going to do? Just the same thing he was doing in Nigeria. Is it not just to sew, right? But then as long as you have that skills, it's transferable. So all I'm saying to you guys in essence is that leverage on those two things. So there are other ways. I mean, a lot of people do. You can claim parental responsibilities to relocate, but it then means that probably you have a baby or you have a child over there already, or through marriage. Don't underestimate it. I'm not saying go and marry somebody and do arranged marriage. Oh, yes, but then see, and that is why I always tell people it's about developing your strategy. Okay, so I want to relocate. You are not trying to relocate by all means, at all costs, whatever it takes. But these are ways that people have done it is not for you to go and do what will not work for you. But I know that education and through work is something that fits most of us. And by work, it doesn't have to be blue white collar job. It can be blue collar, artisan, welder, hairdressers. See, you will be surprised that they will have visa preferences for hairdresser. Is there? I mean, I have seen it, but you just need to just put it on Google. You will see how you will go about it. Is there? I've seen it. I've checked. Again, another area is through investment. Again, you must be a big boy now. You have all the money, and you come and set up business. Or where I am today, if I net worth individual, they will just give you visa immediately. They will give you visa. How many of you have had all these Pandora Papers, Panama, and all those things? Jersey used to be considered as a tax haven, at some point. Though they are doing a lot of OECD compliance now. I mean, a lot. If you're a tax practitioner, Jersey is for you, because they are looking for tax people here and there. A lot of my tax friends from Nigeria are here now, and a lot are still on my neck. Sam, how far? But it's important that they are not even, tax at times is country specific. But if you are in international tax, transfer pricing, things that are, even if you are in corporate tax, you just need to sell your transferable skills. There is no reason why you cannot say I can read and do things, and then and if your company, again, another area in work is if your company supports global mobility, don't underestimate it. I have a lot of friends. So in Nigeria, they went on secondment to the US. They just did their 2 years in the US. They came back, but before coming back, they've done interviews, they've done all the necessary things, and then they came back to Nigeria. And after they fulfilled their contract, when you send on secondment, you come back, spend a number of years, and they went back. So it gives you an opportunity to market yourself. If your company has global opportunity or global mobility arrangement, you see, leverage it. Ask to be seconded to whichever countries, you see. And one thing is that some countries, they have peak periods. So for instance, I think in Malta, they have gaming industry, and for auditors, their own season is not the same thing as banking time. So they need more people around that time. So what they do is to contact their network of firms. Can you second some people to us for 4 months for this cycle? See, you can use what 4 months can do. I have a family that is in Jersey today. The guy works in Unilever. He's a finance business partner in Unilever. So he came to Jersey to visit, like maybe 3 weeks visit. To We arrange interview for the day, just quickly meet people here and there, just do it. It's with Grant Thornton now as a client consultant, so Thornton as a finance business partner. Here they don't, you may not have your internal finance business partner, but consulting firm act as business partners to firms. So you don't withstand that, I don't have a consulting experience, so I don't. No, it doesn't work. You just need those information that it is possible. So depending on your circumstances, for instance, I have worked with a lot of people. Just look at your circumstance, what is doable, and then you map out a strategy for you. So again, what I'm just telling you is that do not think it's not possible. Whatever experience you have, just sense check it against the opportunities out there. And how do you get opportunities? Talk to your friend. I was talking to someone. They don't want other people to know that they want to relocate. What's wrong with you? See, it's all about information. You want me to give you viral, and I'm asking you, this your friend is there. I know that she's here. Why not talk to this person? You guys are in the same industry, the same discipline. Imagine you are asking me to give, and I'm saying, have you spoken to this person? You say no, and I'm like, no. You know that I'm with that person, no, in the same environment. That person is doing what you want to come and do here. She's already there, and you cannot tell. I mean, I struggle to understand that. See, last, we all know that we want to Japa. So there is no, there is, it's not something that we should hide. See, but so please be open. If you want to, please be open. Before I left, I spoke to, I mean, at times you may tell people, so I know a lot of people that send me referrals, and when they send you referrals, okay, I've received £3,000 referral fee from the office, for bringing people. So why do you want to go and do it alone? Let me tell you what you need to do now. Let me give you, it's a win-win situation. So because again, if in fact, yeah, people are even struggling to give people referral because it's not free. They are looking for people. I've referred people up to £14,000. So imagine, I mean, I will not be referring. Me, I like to refer managers, senior managers, directors, just arrange things, because me, I've built my own relationship. I give you top talents. You KPMG will give you 3K for someone that is S1, for instance. They give you 5K for a manager, for referring a manager that is successful, and they after 6 months, once they finish their probation, you get what. Why would I not want to tell people? Imagine if I know that this person have a chance. This is what I do. I look at your LinkedIn profile. I just look at one of the roles I send to you. I will explain things to you, encourage you to optimize your CV. No, I'm not going to charge you for anything, because at times some people will not even understand you are doing them a favor. They just think you want money. I tell people I'm bigger than that. Me, I've gone beyond all those things. So even if it's not, you cannot pay me. So, but the person that can pay me because I just need to get you in the door, okay, help you, coach you for your interview, and just tell that person I have spoken to. I know that. I mean, before I can recommend somebody, can tell, I would have done my own due diligence. I will talk to you. I will interview you myself. I mean, I've worked in that environment, and that is the way. So don't keep quiet, okay? Don't keep quiet. Talk to people. They are looking for people to refer. So like this season now, people will be looking for people to refer for next cycle. They will start, because all these big fours, they recruit every cycle. And don't apply only to big fours. You see, in the UK, BDO is very big. Grant Thornton is very big. You see all this RSM, all these other they are very, very big. In fact, they are poaching all the big four guys, and so don't even if it is not any top tier firm experience. In fact, if you have, like, if you are in Anderson, for instance, everybody is, you have a reputation that, yeah, this is tax guys. There is nothing that should hold you back. Before in the last 2 years now, they are now getting a lot of tax people. Before, it used to be audit, but now tax. So please go ahead and apply. So be open-minded and do not be there. Opportunities are on LinkedIn. Oh, abound on LinkedIn. See, if you know how to optimize or maximize your LinkedIn, you get opportunities. So I have a friend, he doesn't even apply anymore. They just pick him because he's in compliance. And compliance and risk governance is in high demand because of the nature of business. So again, those are roles. So the question you should be asking yourself is that, do I want to reimagine what my career looks like? See, if traveling abroad is really important to you, okay, then the question should be, how should I? And you can even go in and switch. Okay, you can go in and switch. So again, it's just that we are always fixated onto something. Be open-minded. Opportunities are there. Do not underestimate that opportunity. If you did not take anything, take those free schools, just research them and go through occupational shortage list. You see that alone, me, I have seen a lot of people. And if you go through education, you can work still in those normal company. You don't have to really do student job. Anyway, that one is for people that are here. But I've seen a lot, around that can help. So somebody raised the hand up earlier. I'm happy to pick a question. But another area that you can do is, okay, I touched on parental responsibility, I touched on marriage, I touched on investment. So in Jersey, yep. Okay. So investment. So if you have high net worth individuals, they'll just give you visa, just come in, and that is it. So, but if I look at all of us here now, before we can get to that high net worth individual in this Jersey, is not beans. So, but if you can bear me with, if you have money, you can go to any country. Oh. But because money is a constraint, and that's why go through those routes that are cost effective. Don't break bank. Don't put all your life savings and be saying you want. It's emotionally tasking and draining. You spend a lot of money. People will just do balance brought forward. They just go and borrow money. Balance brought forward. Money will just flow into their account. And then they will now come to UK and come and be suffering, all of us, because now you have to help people now. Excuse me. And you cannot, and you can, at times, I kuku know how to say no, because yeah. Yeah, now. So don't be too desperate. You see people balance brought forward. They just go and, like me now. If I, okay, Sam, can you just forward so 3 million into my account? I'll give you back. I'll transfer it back the next day. I just need it to be in my account overnight. So at the end of the day, is that if I transfer that 3 million to you now, when you come to UK, you'll be asking me for that 3 million again. Because you know that I have 1 3 million somewhere, that I can just transfer to somebody's account. So please, guys, there are other opportunities. I mean, jokes apart, if we have to help people, we do. I mean, I've had to rally friends, guys. We have to just do something, because again, you have some friends that in your circle, guy, you just want everybody to rise, okay? But what I'm telling you guys, there are schools that are free, and because people's eyes are going there now. By 2023, I know of so many of them now that they are having legislation. They are in fact, some are limiting it to only EU now, but you can still act. See, it doesn't cost you anything to apply for admission. Once you have your BSc certificate, you have your transcripts, admission will come. It's very easy. So, and if you want to go to Canada, it's very easy. The point, Maybe if you have masters, you've increased your chances like that, just like that. So those they are great, they are 67 band that they normally ask for. There are certain things they look out for. So you have first degree, you have work experience, age is on your side, you have masters. Even if you don't have masters, if all those other things are on your side, your chances are very high. Even in Canada, don't only look at the express entry alone. They also have skill shortages in provinces. Like they are looking for people. Please, by all means, let's take advantage of those. I really want to answer some practical questions. If anybody wants, to ask questions, so that all these are grammar. We've talked about the opportunities that are there. We've talked about positioning yourself. So positioning yourself means you have to reimagine. See, again, is important. Reimagine means that, do I want to go and start doing accounting again, or biochemistry or health? You have to answer that question. Is this what I want to go and do? Once you say I am open, then you are the world of limitless possibilities, right? If you are an accountant, if you have big four experience or big five or any of those things, I would say don't stay on your lane. You see, your chances are very high. If you are a nurse, oh, your chances are very high. My cousin came to the UK some few weeks ago. Sam, I'm in the UK. I'm in Borough. I'm doing some training. When nurses, nurses, doctors, accountants, you see those professions, stay on your lane. Opportunities are there. They are looking for you. If you are not in those areas, or if it's proving difficult, be open-minded, look at those skilled, shortages, position yourself into those opportunities and apply. They give you visa. Yeah, question, feel free. I want to answer questions, so you can ask me anything, I'll answer. um yep. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I can hear you. Yep. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Okay. Yeah. Is a very simple question, Mary, and it's a very, very simple question. Yeah, it doesn't matter whether you did it as NYSC. It doesn't matter whether you did it as volunteering. If you've done anything that look like that thing, you can package it. So let me give you an instance. So when we got to Jersey, um, because it's on a occupational shortage list, they gave us a license. A license in means that you can buy property, you can set up business, you can, it's like you've been here for like 10 years. That is what that license give you. So we set up a business, just another fashion business. I was When I was applying to go into strategic finance, FP&A, everything I did, I mean, for the business that we registered, doing it, I claim I was the FP&A specialist. Everything. So, for instance, if I used to be a customer care representative. I worked with Glow at some point for like 8 months. You see, those skills, you you will just have to amplify that area of your experience that speaks to that thing. So your CV, so that and that when you're writing CV, for instance, yeah, you can have chronology, but there should be career highlights that talks about the experience. For me, if I'm doing a CV, after I've done objective, blah blah blah, skills, every the next thing before you even begin to see my whatever is career highlights. I use the experience I've had over the years, the one that speaks to that role. You put it there. When I've interviewed as financial director for some companies here. And as a consultant in KPMG Nigeria, I've helped FinCon. So I've worked with financial control unit, right? I've advised financial control unit. I may not have worked as a FinCon person, but you see, because of the experiences we've had working with them, you just package it in such a way that speaks to it. So if you, for instance, you are a co-facilitator, co-founder, skill club, you do a lot of marketing, right? You do see, you do a lot of talking to people. So you do lots of business development, albeit you are doing it, maybe you're not being paid for it, but these are the skills. So there is nothing that say you will not put on your CV, skill club, and put everything. Do you know that as an entrepreneur, you are everything and anything? So there is nothing that says, so if for instance you organize an event, you invite people, you manage the organization, you do, is that is nobody will go and tell you that, oh, you've not done. It's a company in your, and you have even formalized everything, all your beautiful letterhead and all those your official email and those things is there. At the end of the day, you have the skill set, then you package it. You have the skill set, then you package it. So applying online, see, at times, so maybe one reason why people may not get jobs. So when you apply online, when you may not get, maybe they didn't call you back, is because they use ATS, application tracking system. Now, this application tracking system is such that is artificial intelligence. It look at your CV and ensure that the job description requirements and your CV speaks to each other. 70% of CVs that were submitted online don't get to the eyes of the recruiter. I can tell you that for free. You see, if what I so and that's why it's an investment. See, when you pay people to review your CV, you just say, oh, they just want to collect my money. No. If you want a CV that is ATS compliant, then write your CV with ATS in mind. I'm a YouTuber too, so I'm sure I've done some video on writing CVs that are ATS compliant. You can look it up. See, I've done CVs. So, but those are the things. So because you can apply online, keep applying online, and you get rejection mail. Just check. Maybe it's just your CV. Okay, there are some words that should be on that CV. If I apply for 10 jobs, I write 10 CVs, but I don't rewrite everything. I just reframe, that my career highlights page that I talked about, then my career objective, talk about some bits that I just interweave everything into it. Then in the cover letter, I then master. There is a way to do things, okay? So don't just spend too much time trying to apply online. If it's not ATS compliant for the most part, it will just filter through the tracking system and nobody will get back to you. So did I answer your question? Yeah, okay. Good evening. Yes. Yep. 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 Okay, yeah, I'll just answer your question straight. They may not have information about those available opportunities. In fact, many people don't even know that they can actually get those opportunities. Many things, once you just go in as a student, it has to be student job. It doesn't always have to be student job. I have people that have come in, they were consultants in Big Fours, they came in through education, right? And in whatever cities they were, they just look for consulting firms there. They just go there. I am this, I have this experience, blah, blah, blah. I want to, work with, yeah, even with their 20 hours, they are working there. I know of somebody like that. He's done with his master's now. That company gave him sponsorship. It's not a top tier audit firm, but it's a consulting firm. They have skills shortages. It's just his 20 hours. And as our time was wrapping up, there was an opportunity for a senior role. He applied. He already had the experience anyways before coming from Nigeria. So it's just only fair that he's also been with them in the past few 24 months, and they gave him the role and they gave him sponsorship. So to answer your question, those people may not know that the opportunities are there. And number two, they may not know that they can work outside student jobs. Okay, so it's just like that. And for finance professionals, you need, at times they ask you for UK experience. So to get jobs. So for instance, if I'm an accountant in Nigeria, yes, IFRS is the same thing. Yes, UK GAAP and FRS 102 and IFRS is not materially different, just a few nuances here and there. But they still want you to have UK experience, okay? And that is always very problematic. But what happens is that there are so many companies here, they will train you. You just go through them for a few months, you put them on your CV, they give you references that you have UK experience. And here you go, you're fine. Are you okay? Any? Yes. Good evening. Yep. Yep. You want to go to? So, if I understand you correctly, you are in the industry, you want to relocate, and you want to do consulting when you relocate. Okay. So I think, and you said you have like 2 years consulting experience. Okay, see, again, is about, so which, the guy I talked about that was in Unilever, he came to the UK. I mean, he applied. In fact, I think he applied to Amazon. That was supposed to be Luxembourg. The opportunities are there. So the first thing is that probably when you apply, I know that all the big fours, they are always constantly looking for people. See, that one, me, I know, it's every day. Every day they send you notification. People. Skill shortage. So that one is there. But that notwithstanding, they will still not employ people whose credentials does not fit what they are looking for. So if your CV is not written in such a way that it will even go through ATS in the first place, so maybe somebody is not even seeing reading your CV. If machine reads your CV and does not deem it fit to go to the eyes of the recruiter, then it will always stop at that point. So I think the first thing you do is to check, what am I doing wrong? Is it from a CV point of view first? So if you can cross that hurdle, like me for instance, I can make bold to say, for every CV I submit, I have about 98% response rate. So it means that if I submit a CV, I expect to be called for interview. It's just like that. If it did not happen, I will question it. I will ask why. I did one to Lenovo. I applied for their finance director. They sent me a mail, sorry, blah, blah, blah. I wrote back to them, what do you mean about blah, blah. So they, sorry, it's not because of your experience, it's because we've chosen to base the role in Germany. We don't want, we want to centralize our finance function in Germany, so we don't want it to be in the UK, and that is why. So they really apologized because it was, they now send me one mail. I asked them questions. Okay, why would you do this? And that will always help. So if you apply and you get a rejection mail, in fact, me, I will even say, if they say we are moving with other candidates that their experience are better suited, me, I will ask them, why is it that my candidacy is of lesser quality to the ones that you are taking forward? Please give me actionable feedback. You will be surprised. They will give you breakdown. So they give you responses. And so I think the first thing you should do is check out what you're doing. About if your CV is not going through the first round, then you need a CV revamp. Paying to get your CV reviewed is, I don't know, people don't see the need, but me, I have people. I mean, if for instance, if you come to me for CV review, I won't do it for free. It's not even, because the people don't just appreciate it. How can you've been submitting CV 100 times and now did one for you? They just call you, thank you very much, God bless you. Hey, sister, brother, no now. This is skill. This is knowing how. You have to. This is, and that's why if you have friends that have, I mean, they can help you, talk to them. But please, if you keep applying, you don't get response, check your CV first. That's the first level. Okay. Thank you. But if it's beyond that, then we can talk. Happy for you. I do some pro bono anyway, so I can not CV review. So I've gone past that level. If they bombard me with it, but I can talk. I can talk to you, and then you can go and do something. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so what field? What field? I mean, you are not alone, Esther. There are quite a lot of people. I mean, I did this webinar earlier today between 9. I was talking to ICANN professionals. So ICANN UK District Society. So we do a lot. We help, do a lot for people because oh my God. So this morning we talked about how to convert to SEMA, how to convert to IQA. We talked about things you can do. And we have a lot of people that have their firms in the UK that people just attach, we attach them to for UK experience and things like that. So if you are on your own, then you are on your own. So okay, yeah, because there is somebody to talk to. You are not just looking the right way. Me, I will always make noise on LinkedIn, on Facebook. If you are a chartered accountant, you are in the UK. Like me now, I'm in the membership committee of ICANN UK. I'm in the council, and this council year we are focused on kitchen table issues, and by kitchen table issues we mean people getting job, people getting promotion, people having good life in the UK. So if you are a chartered accountant and you are in the UK and you are not joining the group, so you don't know, but okay, that's fine, don't let us flog it. What roles have you been applying for? And they are telling, so what you can do, okay, what you can do is this. There are some companies that you may be you may just need to make some investment, so it wouldn't be much. I can connect you with some people, and then maybe after this call, yes, Philip, sorry. What? Okay, can you go and change it? Okay, good, quickly go get another one. So I can connect you with some people. So you can talk to Mary and the guys, and then we can connect, or you can look me up on LinkedIn or Facebook or something, Samuel Olaye, and then I can connect. I know somebody that's had an interview 5 p.m. today to talk to some people that will help them. So what they do is that they will train you, and then you put them on your CV. They will give you reference when you apply for job, and that's UK experience. So it's not, so there is always a way. You see, they will train you, but it's paid. But then the benefit that come after it is always good. So don't let's overflog it. There is a solution for that. No, don't do anything right now, please. We do what we need to do, okay? Frustration at times could get us to say, but don't worry, you are in the right place. Just make sure you connect. Yeah, thanks. Okay, yeah, that's a common question. So now is this. I know UK we then ask list of approved companies. Sorry, just give me some second. Let me attend to this. To my boy. Philip, what do you want? Good boy. Yeah, okay, good. We're good. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there are some. So when like they will have list of approved employers, sponsors. So I know I think I have a list where you have approved sponsors. So you can just check out those companies that they are your skill is also on the shortage list, but then they also have list of approved sponsors, so that those companies they will hire international candidates. Okay, so you can go that route. So in addition to, so the second layer will be approved sponsors. So I know UK has that list. they have list of companies that can sponsor, so you can target those companies, and that might just be a breakthrough for you. Yeah, so for instance, during the COVID, right? So people did that. They send your laptop to you in Nigeria and you start working. And when the opportunity for travel comes, you can then come to the UK. Me, I know that happened during the COVID. So if it could happen, then it then means that it could happen. So, but if the appetite is for you to come to the UK, yeah, I mean, it depends on the industry you are looking at. If you are in the tech industry, for instance, you don't even need to travel. A lot of my software engineer guys, they are balling. It's better to even stay in Nigeria and be doing the remote job because you are not paying tax significant, and it's good. If you are an accountant, you can consider SAPRO. SAPRO, you can work remotely from any country, and you can target foreign clients and then use that for UK experience, for instance. So let's say you are working with SAPRO and you are servicing UK clients. There's no reason why you will say you don't have UK experience or US experience, depending on the country you target. But I think if your objective really is to relocate, so Japa before Japa, meaning that you position yourself to Japa. So that is, for me, that's the way I look at it. I'm doing this because I want to do this. Okay. And that goes a long way. So what do I need to do now? See, most companies, like, okay, that my friend that came to Jersey. Yeah, I mean, if they want you, they are happy to be flexible, but ultimately they want you to come. They are willing to give you sponsorship. So why do you want to stay in Nigeria? But if your idea of Japa is to get a job here first and then stay in Nigeria, I don't think it's really the thing to do. But if they are willing to sponsor you, why wait? The only thing is, if you are not seeing a sponsoring job, what do you need to do now? What you need to do now, the list, check the list of approved sponsors, target those companies, that are approved sponsors, and you should get something. Yep. Any other question? Is it masters? Is it first degree? Is masters. Okay. So let me even ask, is the objective study or ultimate relocation? Okay. That is very important that because that then tells me that when I face the if for instance the challenges might be there, but because I know my ultimate goal, then I have to go through it. So I don't have accounting experience, and I'm coming for masters. Well, I will study now. So my advice would be, if you know if you know people that are doing that course, for instance, you have your course study. If you can actually spend time, if you don't have accounting experience. But are you a finance graduate, accounting graduate? I don't want to take it that you are just doing masters in finance with nothing, maybe business or something. Maybe you have any business related first degree. It's not fresh. Now, so experience. Do you know that in Jersey, let me even bust your bubbles. In Jersey, after secondary school, you start work. You start doing, they don't go to university, they just do IQA, they do ACCA, and that is it. They start working. You see 25 years old managers, senior managers, 30 years old directors, because they start early. But anyways, you have first degree in accounting, you are coming to do masters in finance. And but have you paid school fees? See, the issues you will likely face. Let me show you something. Let me see. I'm going to open a slide. I'll share my screen. The things you would face. So things around school fees, things around accommodation, because I know some people, it's always very difficult to get accommodation, student accommodation. They will ask you. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me see, share, present. I'll just share my screen, then I'll bring that up. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see my screen? Okay. Let me just. So for people that are coming to school, so you are thinking about, how do I settle in school or work? You will be thinking about childcare, school fees. How do I get money? Decent accommodation, immediate network and support system. You see, those are the things that will be going on in your head. Okay. Now, there are people in different categories. So I'll stop sharing. There are people in different categories that it depends on where you are. Have you paid your school fees fully? Is it the installments one? So if it's going to be on installment, it means you have to work, right, to make money. To get accommodation, they may ask for reference. I mean, you will see a lot of people that will be in your similar shoes. You guys can ride together to get accommodation, but at times it's always very challenging. I know a friend, but anyway, he's a big boy anyways. He paid all his school fees, paid 1 year accommodation when he came to UK. So for him, it's just, but if you have to pay school fees, you've not fully paid it, you have installment to pay, it means that when you get to the UK, you have to start working. So your objective will be settle quickly very well in school, very early enough, and look for jobs that are immediately available. So it means, when I say immediately available, it means any good and legal job that is immediately available. It might be student job, because you don't want to be in a position where you cannot pay your school fees. Remember, ultimately you want to settle. It means that you have to ride through the school year. It means that you have to do what you need to do to pay your fees, to pay your accommodation, to make sure that school continues, and you begin to count the clock and the years, okay, for you to get to that level. So it depends on your financial. Really, it's all about finance for the most part. The most challenge people have is the finance. Where are you? If, for instance, if everything, if you've spent everything you have to get the admission, pay for visa, pay for flight ticket. I was looking at flight tickets this morning, for someone that wants to come by the end of the month, it was about £3,600, to get a British Airways flight down to Jersey. So it's a lot. So it depends on where you are financially. So my advice would be to you, depending on where you are, if you still have school fees to pay, you have to think about accommodation. Then when you land, do your school registration, settle in quickly in school, and eat the streets. By eating the streets, you are not looking only for white collar job. You are looking for every job that is available. Remember, you need to do what you need to do. So if it means doing jobs that are blue collar, then you have to do it, but you know why you are doing it. I think that's the challenge people face. You know why you are doing what. Education is just a route, it's just a means to an end. The challenges that comes along the way, you just need to deal with it, and then at the end of the day, it becomes history, it becomes story. Okay, and that's what you need to do. But that's basically what I'll tell you. Thank you, guys. Yeah, thank you, guys. Yeah, yeah. Sorry. Okay, okay, okay. We'll do. Yeah, thank you. Anybody has anything? So if you come through Skill Club, you are more likely to get concessions. You are more likely to get preferential treatment. If you come on your own, I may not be able to differentiate, but at least I know. So, but it's just to let you know you may have that opportunity. So take advantage of it if necessary. I am for one. I like to help people, but I can tell you, I'm also very serious minded. I don't really waste my time. I'll be honest. I'll be upfront. Okay, if it's not worth it, I'll tell you. If it is, I'll go all the way out with you, and I'll help as much as I can. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you for having me. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, my YouTube people. Thank you for listening. We come to the end of this live stream.